Hi, today we discuss about performance appraisal in organizational behavior and human resource management. So, what is performance appraisal? The meaning of performance appraisal, the concept of performance appraisal, and the obstacles of performance appraisal. So, the meaning of performance appraisal. In the present highly competitive environment, organizations have to ensure peak performance of their employees continuously in order to compete at the marketplace effectively. Traditionally, this objective was attempted to achieve through employee performance appraisal, which was more concerned with telling employees where they lagged in their performance in organizations. So, though this served the purpose to some extent, it was not considered enough to raise the employee performance at the cost desirable level in organizations. So, performance management has overcome this problem to some extent in organizations. So, performance appraisals are essential for the effective management and evaluation of staff. Appraisal help to develop individuals, improve organizational performance, and feed into business planning also. So, formal performance appraisal are generally conducted annually for and staff in the organization. Each staff member is appraised by his or her line manager. So, directors are appraised by the CEO, who is appraised by the chairman or company owners, depending on the size and structure of the organization. So, annual performance appraisals enable management and monitoring of standard, agreeing expectation and objectives, and delegation of responsibilities and tasks. So, staff performance appraisals also establish individual training needs and enable organizational training needs analysis and planning also. So, performance appraisal data feed into organizational annual pay and grading revenue and coincided with the business planning for the next trading year. So, performance appraisal generally review each individual's performance against objectives and standard for the trading year agreed at the previous appraisal meeting. So, performance appraisers are also essential for career and succession planning also. So, performance appraisal are important for staff motivation, attitude, and behavior development, communicating organizational aims, and fostering positive relationship between management and staff also. So, performance appraisal provides a formal, recorded, regular review of an individual performance and a plan for future development. In short, performance and job appraisals are vital for managing the performance of people and organization also. So, an organizational performance appraisal system is an important but often neglected tool for managing the effectiveness and efficiency of employees in the workplace. And there is widespread contentions that it is those employees that create competitive advantage. So, employees are our most valuable assets and they can determine the success and survival of an organization. So, appraisal is one of the way in which the efforts of those employees can be aligned with the aims of an organization. And those employees can be motivated and supported in organizations. Despite this, many organizations and managers fail to give appraisals the attention and support it deserves. Now, philosophy behind the performance appraisal. Now we discuss about this. So, employee appraisal technique have been used for the first time during the First World War when Walter Dill Scott, the US Army, adopt the man-to-man rating system for evaluating military personnel. During the 1920 to 1930 period, rational wage structure for hourly paid workers were adopted in individual unit. So under this system, the policy of giving trade wage increments on the basis of merit was accepted. So these employees' plans were called merit rating programs. So the trend following till 1940s in early 50s, however, attention began to be devoted to the performance appraisal of technical professional and managerial personnel, since they, as a result of experiments and a great deal of study in performance appraisal, the philosophy of performance appraisal has undergone several changes. So after that come to the rating scale type, where emphasis was given on the factors degree and points. Now the older phrase merit rating is largely restricted to the rating of hourly paid employees and is used frequently in developing criteria for salary adjustment, promotions, transfer, etc. So the later phrase personal appraisal place emphasis on the development of the individual as and widely used to evaluate the employees. The table, now we discuss about this. So evaluation of performance appraisal. So item terminology, early emphasize merit rating, present emphasize employees appraisal, personal appraisal, personal performance appraisal, development of individual, improved performance on the job provided emotionally. So now performance appraisal is the key ingredient of the performance management. In a work group, members consciously or make opinion about others. The opinion may be about their quality, behavior, way of working, etc. So such an opinion becomes basis for interpersonal interaction. In the same way, superiors from some opinions about their subordinate for determining many things like salary increase, promotion, transfer, etc. in organization. So in large organization, this is formalized and take the form of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal in some form has existed in old days also. So introduced performance appraisal in which an imperial rater used to appraise the performance of members of the official family. Now we discuss about the concept of performance appraisal. So appraisal is the evaluation of worth, quality or merit. In the organization context, performance appraisal is a systematic evaluation of performance by superiors or others familiar with their performance. So performance appraisal is also described as merit rating, in which one individual is ranked as better or worse in comparison to others. The basic purpose in this merit rating is to ascertain an employee's eligibility for promotion. So however, performance appraisal is more comprehensive term for each activities because it is used extends beyond ascertaining eligibility for promotion. So such activities may be training and development, salary increase, transfer, discharge, etc. beside promotion also. So a formal definition of performance appraisal. Now we discuss about this. So performance appraisal is the process of evaluating the performance and qualification of the employees in terms of the requirements of the job for which he is employed. So for the purpose of administration, including placement, selection, for promotion, providing financial rewards and other actions which required differential treatment among the members of a group as distinguished from actions affecting all members equally in organizations. Now, Beach has defined performance appraisal. Now we discuss about this. Performance appraisal is the systematic evaluation of the individual with regard to his or her performance on his job or on his potential for development. So performance appraisal is the area of performance management where the focus on performance is the hardest to maintain. More often than not, the appraisal turns into an assessment of the individual rather than their performance. So it is often exacerbated by the one-way nature of the appraisal, where manager tell a performer what they think of their performance and all of them. So the competency-based approach to performance further cloud the issue by looking at how people perform there rather than the outputs by produced. So once the employee has been selected, trained and motivated, he is then appraised for his performance. So performance appraisal is the step where the management finds out how effective it has been at hiring and placing employees. If any problem are identified, steps are taken to communicate with the employee and to remedy them. So performance appraisal is a process of evaluating an employee's performance or job in terms of its requirements in organization. So it is the process of evaluating the performance and qualifications for purposes of administration including placement, selection for promotions, providing financial rewards and other actions also. So which require differential treatment among the members of a group as distinguished from actions affecting all members equally. So other regards it as a process of estimating or judging the value, excellence, qualities or status of some objects, a person or things. So individually and collectively it is a part of all the other staffing processes, recruitment, selection, placement into introductions in organizations. So performance appraisal is the process of evaluating the performance and qualifications of the employees in terms of the requirements of the job for which he is employed. For purposes of administration including placement, selection for promotions, providing financial rewards and other actions has required differentiate treatment among the members of a group distinguished from actions affecting all members' quality. So performance appraisal includes all formal procedure used to evaluate personalities and contribution and potential of group members in a working organizations. It is a continuous process to secure information necessary for making correct and objective decision on employees. So performance appraisal is the process through which an individual employee's behavior and accomplishment for a fixed time period are measured and evaluated normally, including both the quantitative and qualitative aspects of job performance in organizations. Now we discuss about the performance appraisal is a vehicle to a validate and refined organizational actions, that is selection training. Number two, provide feedback to employees with an eye to on improving future performance. Now obstacles in performance appraisal. Every organization undertakes performance appraisals either formally or informally. So there are certain barriers which work against effectively appraisal systems. Some of them are more pronounced and need to be identified so that suitable measures can be taken to reduce their impact to a minimal level. So these barriers have been grouped into three categories. Number one, faculty assumptions. Number two, psychological blocks. Number three, technical pitfalls. We discuss about number one, faculty assumption. So the germinating faculty assumption between the superior and the subordinate create problems during the appraisal. The manager, naturally wish to make fair and accurate appraisal for their subordinates, both superior and the subordinate show. So tendency to avoid formal appraisal processes as well as to hit them in their respective work rules. So their assessment lies partly in their psychophilosophical or psychological characteristic, partly in their organizational rules, and partly in technical deficiencies and the unwise management of appraisal policies and procedures in organization. So the manager considered that the method they have selected for appraisal is the best one and shall work for years. They expect too much from it and rely too much on it. It should be recognized that no system can provide perfect, so absolutely defensible appraisal devoid of subjectivity. So sometimes manager believe that a performance opinion is better than formal appraisal, and they find little use of systematic appraisal and review procedures. However, this management by instinct is not valid and leads to biases, subjectivity, and distorted decisions based on partial or inaccurate evidence in organizations. Number 4 point, some managers feel that it is not valid to tell subordinates frankly about their performance and how can it be improved, such as they tend to defeat the basic performance of appraisal by providing camouflage information as far as possible. So the value of any tools lies on the skills of the user in organization. So therefore, the utility of performance appraisal depends upon the psychological characteristic of the managers. However, research tells us more about inhibiting characteristics rather than facilitating characteristics of people. So there are several psychological blocks which hinder the effectiveness of the performance appraisal. So these are like feelings of insecurity, considering appraisal as an extra burden, being excessively modest or skeptical, or skeptical, or feelings to treat subordinates' failures as their deficiency in organization. So disliking of resentment by subordinates. So because of these psychological barriers, managers do not tend to become imperial or objective in evaluating their subordinates, thereby defeating the basic purpose of appraisal in organizations. Now, technical pitfalls. The main technical difficulties in appraisal fall into two main categories: the criterion problem and distortion. Number one, criterion problem. The criterion is the standard of performance the manager desired of his subordinates and against which he compares their actual performance. Criteria are hard to define in measurable term or objective term. So ambiguity, vagueness, and generality of criteria are difficult hurdles for any process or to overcome. Now we discuss about halo effect. The distortion occurs when the rater is influenced by rate one understanding good or bad performance and he evaluate completely performance accordingly. The halo effect refers to the tendency to rate an individual consistently high or low or average on various traits. So, depending upon whether the rates overall impressive on the individual is favorable or not. Now, the students may rate a faculty as outstanding on all criteria, preferably on the basis of a few appraisable things, while they may appraise a lecturer as a on the basis of being slow or extremely demanding. So now we discuss about the central tendency. The error occurs when the rater's markers all the rates average and he fails to discriminate between superior and inferior person. The reason behind this may be lack of knowledge about the behavior of individual and carelessness, lack of time, or to avoid chaos. So thanks for watching my videos, my friends. That's for the video, and thanks a lot for watching my